The countdown to 2025 is on, and your next favorite book might be on this list. So, I've been reading a lot of historical fiction lately, but here's the twist: I'm dipping my big toe into romantic suspense. Check out these 10 books and find your next page turner. My name is Raquel. Welcome and welcome back. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to start with Miss Stacey Abrams. Um, she has written a book with another author. Her name is Selena Montgomery, and this book is called Reckless. So it is about a young lady named Kels Jamerson. Kels Jamerson has gotten everything that she's wanted. She's always wanted to be an attorney, and so she's got it. So she feels like her dreams have come true. And she was in an orphanage. She grew up in an orphanage. And so one day she gets a call from the head of the orphanage saying that this particular lady has been accused of murder and she needs Kel's help. So this guy whose name is the sheriff's name is Luke Calder. And so initially they don't get along. They have a lot of tension against each other, but they are also attracted to each other. So they are going to solve this murder together. That sounds like so interesting to me, especially since I have been reading historical fiction for the past couple of months. So I'm really, really excited to jump into something new. Um, Book number two is Stand Your Ground, and that is by Miss Victoria Murphy. That is by Miss Victoria Murphy, and so this one is about a 16-year-old who was shot by this guy, and he is married. So the mom and the dad are really upset because there has been no justice for their son. Like the person has not been put in prison or anything for killing, for unaliving these people's son. And so the mom wants to just deal with the police basically. She's like, okay, we're going to go through the police and we're going to get some justice. But the dad is like, oh no, what we're going to do is we're going to go to these people. They're called the Brown Guardians. And I haven't read any of these books, but I would like to think of them as kind of like Black Panthers. Well, in the synopsis, it kind of says that they're uh, street vigilantes, but I'd like to think of them more like the Black Panthers. So the mom and the dad have their, kind of disagreement on how they want to handle it, and that causes a problem in their marriage. Now, the guy who actually shot the teenager, his wife actually has some information that could actually blow the case open. The problem is she's going to stick by her husband no matter what. So this sounds really good, and it is from Victoria Victoria Christopher Murray. And if you don't know, she generally writes Christian fiction, but she done snuck some thriller, suspense, mystery in on us, and I am really looking forward to it. I really am. Um, it says in number one Essence best-selling author Christopher Murphy new novel, three women must grapple with their faith and believe in justice when they become caught up in a highly charged murder trial involving the death of an African American teenager teenage boy whose shooter maintains a stand your ground defense. And so, yeah, I think that the man who shot, um, oh my God, I can see his face so clear, but I can't think of his name. Tamir Rice. He was using that defense, stand your ground. But this really, really looks like an interesting story to me. I cannot wait to get into this. And let's see. Then we have Accused by Sharon C. Cooper. So let me get that down here. I am so sorry I have to do this. C. Cooper. And this one is called Accused. Now, this looks good, but I kind of don't feel like it's gonna be as good as Stand Your Ground, or even as good as Reckless. But I'm gonna check it out because it does have a really good synopsis here. And let me just so this is actually book two in is it book two? Um no, this is book three in a series of eight. And mind you, I've never read anything from this author. But this book, Accused, sounds really, really good. And then there is another one called Protected. And I believe that these two are the books. So Protected is about this guy who is in love with this girl and he feels like he has to protect her. And he leaves her, and that is how he is protecting her. So this is, I believe, part two. It says former FBI agent Kenton Bailey traded in his badge when an assassin went horribly when an assignment went horribly wrong. Now he provides personal security to high-end clients, but falling for Egypt Duran, the queen of supreme security, wasn't part of the plan. She's smart, classy, and ignites a fire in him that only she can extinguish. So this is basically about him coming back after he's already left her in the name of protecting her. I am curious to see how that's going to turn out because I don't know that I want to be left to be protected. And then we have, let's see, that was book number three. So there is a book called Under the Influence. It is by Kimberly Brown. And it says Alanis Capri is living in the American dream. As the star quarterback of the California Hurricanes, life is luxury. Unfortunately for Alanis, he's considered the NFL problem child. One too many negative press runs have landed his head on the chopping block. He's been given an ultimatum: clean up his act or he will be cut from the team. Reluctantly, Atlantis agrees to these terms. However, when the team hires him a reputation management consultant, the last person he expect to see was her. So it sounds like to me that this is somebody that he knows. Maybe he dated them before. I'm not sure what happened, but I am very interested in finding out. And just to let you guys know, the synopsis really is a lot longer than I have it here. I did not want to take up all of your time. Then we have Beautiful Noise, which is by Casey Mills, and I love, love, love her books. She is a really awesome writer. This one says Corey Griffin has always lived her life according to expectations thrust on her by others until she gets fed up and decides to play the game by her own rules. She quickly discovers, however, that being the architect of your own destiny is easier said than done. That sounds really good. I hope she isn't a child or like a young adult. Um, just because I may not. may not read it. Um, I'm really interested in reading about just some older people, 30 and up or 40 and up, something like that. And then we have Protected, which is the other book in the series that I was telling you about. It says he walked away to protect her, but now he wants her back. Personal security specialist Parker Wilcox should be dead. Instead, he's been hiding in plain sight for years. But when a mishap threatens his cover, he's terrified his past will bring danger to the lives of those he loved, especially Chelsea Bailey. The only way to protect her is to put distance between them. But how can you live without the only woman who owns your heart? So yeah, a little bit of romance and suspense at the same time. And then we have Eros. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's Eros. Love and War. And so Eros is by Stephanie Nicole Norris. And this one says, they said my presence changed the atmosphere in any room I entered. According to my mother, it was my name. According to my twin brother, it was my soul. The truth could be found somewhere um, in between. I led with love in all of my endeavors, I found it softened the most irate of mankind. Regardless of the situation, love calmed, turned frowns into smiles, flattered, gave second chances, res- resulted in less anxiety, and yes, swelled the hearts of women around the globe. Um, so this one is going to be about this guy who is just really kind and loving and all this stuff. And he wants this particular woman. He says that he kind of sees this woman, she's beautiful, and this guy that's with her is holding her arm, and the guy is holding her arm harder than he would like her to, and he's saying that for the most part he likes to lead with love, and in this case, he's gonna lead with war. Based on whatever's happening with the guy and the girl that he is interested in. And so I am interested to find out what kind of war he plan on waging, and just how much love does he show. No holds barred. Um, no holds barred, which is a Valentine's Day book by Stephanie Nicole Norris. And I'm not sure about this one, but it says love was no longer on the menu for Camilla Augustina. After her fiance calls off the wedding not once but twice, Camilla had enough. In one brazen move, she takes the new position in the windy city of Chicago, leaving her parents, her friends, and her ex in a bittersweet goodbye. Adapting to her new surroundings isn't easy, but as Camilla settles in, a chance encounter with an infamous playboy throws her off balance and rattles her world. She hasn't expected to be drawn so meticulously to another, but denying the magnetism that lure her is a futile fight. So it sounds like she then bumped into a guy and fell in love with him. That's what it sounds like. I'm not sure about this one. I would like to see a woman who knows what she wants, realizes that this is not the guy for her, and then takes off to start her new life. So that part of it does sound good. But she's found this guy, and she, just fell head over heels in love. I don't know. But it could be a really, really good book. So I'm definitely gonna try it out. Hopefully it works out. I have one called The Good Ones Are Taken by Jai McCoy. And it says, Friends to Lovers, Maggie's. Maggie's best friend admits that he's in love with her, she still has to decide whether it's worth giving up something good for something that could be amazing. And so she doesn't know if she really wants to date her friend. Like, they've been best friends, I want to say, since they were kids. I don't know if I read that or if I made it up, but either way it goes. um her best friend has told her that he's in love with her, and so she's just kind of thinking, do I or don't I? Because I guess, if they get together and they break up, it's not likely that they're gonna be best friends again. Not impossible, but not likely. Oh, Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. Now, this is funny because when this book first came out, I actually did start reading it. I didn't finish it, but I did start reading it and I liked it. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's, I'm just gonna, Jane Allen Friendship. Oh, it's by Jane Allen and it's friendship fiction, and it is one of three books. Modern woman, in which a young black woman must rely on courage, laughter, and love, and the support of two longtime friends to overcome unprotected set an unprotected setback that threatens the most precious thing she ever wanted. So I did start reading this book a couple of years ago and somehow I forgot about it. But now that it has come across my desk again, I am definitely going to get into this because I did like the book. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was slow or I don't know. Who knows? But I am going to get back to it and I am really actually pretty excited to see it again. I don't know how it you know, made its way back around. But the good thing is that it did. Anyways, hopefully one of these books can be your next read. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, see you soon.